But that's really old news. What are you talking about? But it's not like it matters at the moment. Get it, get it. Oh. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah. See, look at that. He's got 30 bananas all right here, all in balloons. Because they expect you to, you know, have gone through every place with everybody else. Oh, come on. There we go. And gotten as much as I can, and a lot of, you know, a lot of everybody's stuff will be clumped together. Like even DK and Diddy, you notice, Diddy had 2 of his bananas that were up in the anthill, the one that he had to bang up on top, and then the one for doing the minecart. Ooh, it's right up there. Now, the way that Chunky's is placed down here, right in the middle, means you can do one of 2 things. You can go to the right and take the banana warp back to 4, or you can just run straight there. And actually, I think it saves a couple seconds if you just run it as opposed to trying to take the warp, because that warp is way right in front of Cranky Kong, so it's a little tricky to get to, or it just takes longer. And actually, his bananas that were up here give a hint on how you should be able to do this, because if you tried taking the long way, where if you jump across the vines and then take the cannon and then run past the anthill, you're never gonna make this banana, which is right here. Come on, you jump up on the top with those bananas, and then you get to jump up on the ledge, because he jumped so shortly. You notice I had 4 seconds left? Yeah, they are mean. They are mean to Chunky in this level. Big fat duty heads. Let's see, how many coins have we got with Lanky? Wow, 20. You know what? Let's take a quick check. What do you think? Can I? Can I? No. Without swapping to everybody. 20 is plenty enough. 20 is plenty enough. His next move in the next world is going to be 9. Oh, wait, no. I didn't want to come here. No. Good. I don't have any with him. What am I doing? That's not where I get my ammo clip. He doesn't even deal with guns. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. That's who I want. Funker. Yes. Oh, Kong. Yep, maxed out on 100. Oh, so we're 34 minutes into the recording of this session on Tuesday night, which means that we're probably 4 minutes into episode 4. No. Episode 3 of this session, which would be episode 11 of the series as a whole. So welcome! Alright, so while I'm here, and I'm thinking about it, because I'm going to forget this later, because I'm phenomenal with senior moments like that. Let's finish off Diddy's nanners here. Oh yeah, and he's got the 5 towards the exit. So even now I'm not going to finish him, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, green coins. So hopefully everybody's all settled down from Hurricane Irene a couple weeks ago. That was a fun deal up here in Vermont. You know, we get flash floods every once in a while when it rains really, really hard. But then the ground is still fairly hard and it's fairly dry and hard. So of course, you know, given it a little bit of time and it'll absorb all the water anyway, and flash floods hardly last very long. Hurricane Irene was definitely, it wasn't hard rain, but it definitely was not dry. I mean, it was a constant drizzle for about 3 days, and all the storms that were, you know, that were coming around the rest of the state, up in the mountains, you know, all had to flow downhill. And that's where all the flooding happened. It was when the rain started coming in and started taking out all the businesses and houses that were, you know, usually right next to riverbanks and brooks and just in valleys and so on. That's why you see in the news, you know, you hear about, was it Wilmington, I think, and Brattleboro, and some of those places that got hit really hard. That's why. Town of Wilmington. you might as well just wipe it off a map. And they're a really small town, you know, one of those really quaint little rural places. You know, mom and pop stores lining Main Street, maybe a school and nothing else. Yeah. Well, downtown's where everything flooded, and everybody lives downtown. And everything got flooded out. And now that the floods are kind of gone and everybody's trying to clean up, there's not much to clean up. So ah, you stupid zinger. Not a Bezo, but a zinger. You ding dong. But luckily, I live in Bennington, which didn't get hit too hard. Although we do have a couple rivers that come by, and a lot of the bridges that, you know, across those roads got. Whoa, no! It hit me anyway. A lot of the bridges, you know, were at risk of being damaged, especially by debris coming downstream that was coming along with the rain. Case in point, if you ever saw on the news the clip of a blue car that was coming down a river and smashes into the side of a bridge, yeah, that was my town of Bennington, Vermont. Some of the stations kept attributing it to like Balboa, New York. They kept saying it was New York, and it was not New York. That was in Vermont. And actually, that bridge is about a quarter mile upstream or uphill from my house. I actually had to fight that river when it started breaching up the left side and into some of the houses that are right on the edge there. And you can't see it in the clip, the blue house that's up there, but that house almost got taken out, got washed right away. They ended up being evacuated before the river got too bad, which is thankful. But they got a lot of the yard disappeared, and luckily there was some debris, tree branches and things like that got caught up in one section where the river was starting to break through and kind of held it back a bit. Otherwise, yeah, that would have definitely gotten right to their house and wiped it right out. But that river finally breached up after several hours, and it wasn't too bad stream-wise for them. Get out of here. Go. Yeah, like that. It wasn't too bad. It was, you know, kind of, it was little river streams on the side of the road that you normally see, and things like that. And then we got, you know, some decent rain. And then an hour later, all that decent rain started coming down from the mountain, where it had been raining up there about the same time. And about 10 minutes after that, our neighbor's backyard started getting flooded like crazy, because they drew from it running off the road into their into their driveway. Because our road, you know, goes downhill a bit from the bridge, but it's a very steady, slow, steady incline. Get in. Come on. There we go. Got you both. Well, you go down the road, and it's, for the most part, it's a pretty steady incline. Decline. Until you get to our neighbors, where it kind of levels off a little bit in front of their driveway, and then it has a little dip that drops a little, you know, the grade steepens just a little bit right before, you know, like in between their house and our house, and they live upstream of us, or uphill of us. So the water, you know, was, for the most part, it was staying out of our driveway because our road is just, you know, it's a couple inches higher than, whoop, no, high jump. You know, it's a couple inches higher than the road because of that little dip thing. But our neighbors is actually the opposite. It's just a little low. And so all the water was rushing right into their driveway, into their yard, and slipping across into our yard, eventually to take over the entire neighborhood down to the corner, another quarter mile in the other direction. Go away. Yeah. Which, you know, was bad enough for the people on the end having to fight, you know, the road, because they were all completely downstream. You know, their driveway was lower than the end of the road there, so they ended up having to, they got completely, their house is good, thank goodness, but their yard was really, really messy. Really messy. Really, really messy. Really, really, really messy. And so luckily my father still had some. Oh, that's a spicy Dorito. Wow. Oh. Ah. Almost went down the wrong pipe too. Okay, so luckily I just love it. I just jumped right back into the commentary. So luckily our father had some logs at the house here. Like, well, not logs, because it was actually, well, I guess you could call it logs. It was split like a tree trunk that he just split in half and was going to turn into just logs for burning wood. Yeah, I know, it's crystals to make me all big. Oh, come on, there's one, 2, 3, 4. All right. But our father, you know, we had these split logs that we brought out, and we just stuck them right. We just mounted as many as we could along the edge of our neighbor's driveway to try and keep out the water. And that was fun because then we have this nice river running down the road, and all these idiots who keep thinking it's awesome to go driving out in the road, you know, in the river, decide to go, you know, splashing us with it. Oh shoot! Oh wow, I made that. Ho ho, sucker! Are you not gonna come after me? It's not coming after me. It's not coming after me. There we go. Some of these can be tricky. You gotta time, you adjust your speed forward and backwards and so on. Oh, that actually works out pretty well, time-wise. Look at that. That puts us just around the 15-minute mark. So, while I'm thinking about it, because I'm actually trying to pay attention here, some of that. So, now that I got that, let's go ahead and call that an episode. Say goodbye, Chunky. That's not goodbye. Say goodbye. That works.